Welcome back, everybody. So, there's a bit of a wrinkle here that I need to address. So my plan right now was I was going to take my little army here, I was going to upgrade it into knights and pick up some of my unique unit, right? And I was going to march over and attack Norway, because Norway is pretty close. They denounced me, so I could declare a formal war. So it wouldn't be too bad. I want to take some more land. I want to use my unique unit when it's at its strongest. But there are two problems with this plan. First of all, Norway has... excuse me. Where is it? 966 military strength, which is more than double everybody else, especially me. Now here's the thing. That's not actually a big deal most of the time. Because oftentimes when the AI will still kind of do a poor job of managing its units. So as long as you're careful, and as long as their units aren't way more advanced than yours, you can beat them. But here's the bigger deal. This occurred to me last time, but I didn't check it. And I finally did. So Norway's religion is Protestantism. And if we go over here, and we check their religion, they have this belief called Defender of the Faith, which is one of the best military bonuses in the entire game, across all sorts of bonuses you could ever get. It makes it incredibly difficult to fight into them, so I would have to convert their cities first. But I don't have enough faith generation to make that really realistic in the short term. Like, I could fight them, excuse me, I could put my religion in their cities eventually. Probably. If I pump out enough units, enough religious units. But that's not going to happen by the time I march my units over here. Like in the short term, right now. So, I have to consider other plans. So I was thinking that I still would really love to show off the Dome Ray. So even if it's not maybe the 100%, the 100% most tactical move I could make, I think I'm going to actually attack Egypt. I would rather attack Congo, but they seem very inaccessible. Like, I'm going to try to scout around here, see if I possibly could get to them. But I have to go through Norway or go around here. I'm not exactly sure. Like, maybe I could land here, kill this city, go through this tight place here. But once I lose open borders with Norway, that's going to be really painful. Possibly really bad. Whereas I have a decent angle of invasion up here. Like, I can get my troops around this city, Egyptian city here. Get them and land them here and have plenty of space to set up my, my catapults and everything. So I think that's going to be our little plan here. So basically, after these builders are done, I'm going to be building Dome Rays. I need to upgrade what I have. I need to supplement them with siege units, and then I need to march over there ASAP.
Nay.
Noi! I'm actually going to turn speech down, I'm sorry. Mostly just because of the quotes. You know, I'm just like, if I'm talking about something and it just goes like, I am fond of pigs. You know. It's kind of a disruption. So these have very, very good sieging promotions already. So I'm going to get machinery after I get stirrups here. The question is, do I attack before that? And I think I should. I really should. Like, one awkward thing about this plan is that the enemy... What am I saying? The cities are far away. So if I get machinery like halfway over here, I can't promote my troops. That's why I'd love to get some more info on like their walls and their units, so I know if my archers will be safe. Because even if my archers don't hit that hard, if I can get them safely over there, and I can bring some siege units over there, I can take the city with my siege units and then promote them. But if they die on the way, that's no good either. I also really need to be stockpiling gold here because I don't really have that much for my promotions, which is going to be pretty important soon. I can't remember the exact cost of bringing a chariot up to a knight, but you know, it's probably around 50. What happened? No way! Where is it? What happened? That's like the second time this game I've lost a builder for no reason, I think. I don't know, like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it would actually take the builder. Honestly, it's bad, right? It's not terrible. So let's get our units going here. Want a trader? Nah, I gotta prioritize things, the right things here. In Civ, you're often gonna be pulled in like many different directions, right? Like, ooh, I like want this, I want that, I want the Colosseum, I want more builders, but like you have to understand like what's important right now, you know. And that's actually because I have only a temporary window where my unique unit is powerful. So it's really important that I take advantage of that. So I know there's a bunch of units here. Bunch of barbarian units, I should say. So I'm going to try to take those out along the way. Ooh, that's nice. Because he has a very large military, and Congo is way ahead, because they always are. Aw, rip Petra. If you saw, did I show this? Oh no, get out of here, Scout. I was trying to put Petra here, because that would have been a really nice boost to it, but it's not mandatory. I just decided, what the hell? I had the tech for it, so I was like, hey, Muska, just try to get Petra if you can, but alas, was not to be. Did pyramids go? Did I build pyramids? I built pyramids. I'm going insane. Pyramids went. So I'm getting my river holy site here, which gives me a housing and some food. Which isn't amazing, but why not, right? I want to finish this? I think I do, because I want the... I want to be sending apostles over. Why apostles, you may ask? Well, if you want to spread your religion, this is actually kind of interesting. So, apostles get 3 spreads, and so do missionaries, right? And missionaries cost, like, way less. But, for one thing, the cost of the unit goes up every time you buy one. So if you buy a bunch of missionaries, it actually becomes kind of a better value. Excuse me, the gap in costs goes down. But more importantly, the apostles get these, like, promotions. So they get these promotions that can make them more powerful than missionaries. For example, like there's one that makes them like a double inquisitor and missionary. So like if you go to an enemy city and they actually nerfed this because it was so good. If you use the apostle on the enemy city, it puts your religion and takes theirs out. So like basically it just like fully flips the city, and it's insanely OP. The other thing to consider, we have iron? I don't think so. We do. Go get it. I want a swordsman. The other thing to consider is not only is the apostle potentially better, like sometimes you get crappy promotions, right? That's not a guarantee. But the other thing is you're going to be fighting, if you're converting someone who already has a religion, you're going to be fighting their religious units. And missionaries are really bad at fighting enemy units, and apostles are really strong. They have 110 religious combat strength, and missionaries are much less. So you need, like, think of it as like bodyguards. Like you need apostle bodyguards for your missionaries to fight enemy religious units. It's kind of a weird system, right? If you haven't played around with religion too much, like the way religious combat works is really weird. And kind of funny, they shoot lightning bolts at each other to represent faith or something. I don't know. I don't know why they decided to do it that way. But it does make the religious game more interesting. So it seems like this ship just killed my builder straight up. Like, that's that's bizarre to me. Like, I wonder why that is. It captured my builder, right? But it didn't just capture it, it murdered it. Hagia. Hagia. Ooh, that's pretty good. That would have been really good for us. That's quite good for an international religion. So I'm about to get feudalism, so I don't need to finish stirrups, because it'd just be flushing science down the drain. Alhambra, possibly go for that. It might have gone already. I don't remember. It tends to go fairly early. Like, I very, very rarely get it. Alright, well, goodbye, builder. I guess you were murdered by that boat there. Unmet player. So there's still 2 players we have not met yet. The Namadal is already quite a nice city. Oh no. Don't die. What just went obsolete? Am I crazy? Oh, yes. Oh, I was talking this up, wasn't I? Oh, I apologize for being an idiot, but I just reloaded this, I came back, so I forgot that I was doing the builder trick. So, I talked it all up, I believe, in the last episode, and I didn't actually go through with it, if only I had remembered. What I meant was I was trying to build some builders, or like queue up builders, but not finish them, and then switch over the policy that gives them extra build actions in order to get the extra production and the extra build actions. But, of course, I did not do that. Did I forget it? Did I leave any? So I left, no, 5 turns. How about you? You, I probably just didn't bother because of the Coliseum. See, like, I was starting this, when I loaded this back up, I was like finishing builders. I was like, oh yeah, builders, like good infrastructure, like yeah, good idea, and I didn't remember that was the plan. So tee-hee-hee, I lost some builder charges. It's actually kind of detrimental, like that's a lot of wasted production and stuff. Oh well, we'll have to live, we'll have to make do. We'll have to live. So I'm gonna get an iron mine. But not for 5 turns. I think I'm going to rush this. Because actually, 5... No, because I don't want to wait 5 turns for 2 turns of science. Because I really want to upgrade my units ASAP. The only reason not to would be if I don't have enough gold. Yeah, so I'm really short on gold. That's actually pretty brutal. Angkor Wat. That's a good wonder. Angkor Wat is a very good wonder, if you're wondering. If you're wondering about the wonder, so actually, in that case, I have to be. It's going to take a while to upgrade my units, which is kind of a bummer. But that also means that I don't have to rush archery. It is actually quite cheap to upgrade archers into crossbowmen, but I still would rather have my knights. Ooh, I could probably get these, right? This is an interesting tech path I've decided on. I'll put the one last turn in there. Do I really need the plus 15 anymore, you know? Like, there's only 3 turns left. Yes, I'm going to get a swap pretty soon. But, I wonder if they count I wonder if these things, these unique units count as... excuse me. I was wondering if they counted as cavalry. I don't think so. So I really just want my units right now. And I'd like some more gold. But like, there's not a really good way for me to get gold. My gold's pretty crappy because I haven't built any commercial hubs yet. I might as well just get a little bit here. Like, it's inefficient. Actually, what I should do... Just put this in Diplomatic League. Always do Diplomatic League if you're going to... If you're planning on touring the city-state in any, like, which you are 90% of the time. What I mean is, like, if you're gonna put a lot of envoys, then always go Diplomatic League. The only time you wouldn't is if, like, you're not... If, like, let's say you don't have any holy sites, but you still kind of want to, like, throw an envoy into into a religious city-state, because it just gives you, like, a flat little bit of faith, which you can still use for very cheap. Yeah, fine, you don't need to bother. But Diplomatic League is always worth it, like, mathematically. So it effectively doubles your envoy. So you're missing out on +2 influence points per turn, right? But it takes 67 influence points to get an envoy, right? So divided by 2, that's what, 33.5? So you would have to leave this in for 33 turns, or 34 turns, without switching it back out for it to not be worth it. So it'll be 34 turns you're missing out on +2. For the sake of an extra envoy. You are definitely going to get another Civic in 34 turns. If you're not getting a Civic in 34 turns, you're doing something wrong. The game is over already. So, always swap this in. Yes, you're missing out on a little bit, but overall you're getting a whole nother envoy. So it's well worth it. And I always do this, so I have to do it again, but I always like close windows and check things and come back. So I do want a general pretty badly, but like it's just kind of futile. It's already on Renaissance, and it's about to go. Like this happens to. Interestingly, Egypt has a fair number of encampments, so that could make attacking her a little tricky. And Norway doesn't, which is interesting too. So maybe I shouldn't bother with that. What about great scientists? Congo has 7, I have 0. Yeah, I'm really slacking on the great scientists, great people department. So it's kind of a little silly for me to bother running any of these great people points. So in terms of what I want to set, I honestly like it's a little silly, but I think I'll just take the +2 gold because like my main priority right now is upgrading my units. What did I get for an apostle? Orator, see? Or I could go +3 spreads. So it gets +2. I could either take the flat +2, or I could run it over to a natural wonder first and then get it +3. And since there's one right here, I think I'm gonna take that little detour. Let's see here. I don't have all that many builders left, so I want to make sure I use... Oh, that's bad. I need to leave a chariot behind to deal with that. Oh, and that. Well, that's from a dead camp. The scout. So it doesn't really matter. They become hostile. They become like aggressive when they have no... what am I saying? They have no encampment they're tied to. They become aggressive. Excuse me 1 second here. So like the scout that no longer has a home will like suicide itself. I guess because it's very sad about all its friends and family dying. Kind of messed up if you think about it. So just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. So, is the Aqueduct winning me the game yet? 3 faith. Yeah. I have 40 faith, which isn't bad. I thought you liked my huge military. Do I want to give you a luxury for 2 gold? You know, I probably don't. Pilgrim, eh? Oh yeah, if we build missionaries and they die, they'll get murder. They'll get a relic. So yeah, I want these troops, but I also, it's kind of this, I'm kind of doing 2 things, right? Like I also need to spread my crusade religion as much as I can into Cleopatra's cities before I get there. I'm a little concerned we won't really get there before all my units go obsolete, but hey, we'll do our best. I love Valletta. Valletta's so good. Like, you wouldn't really think so, right? They kind of have a weird bonus where it's like you use you use faith to buy buildings. Like, but that's like, oh shoot, that's I was not paying attention. Yeah, I know you spotted my city, you son of a gun. Oh, this was the this was the tribal village that I forgot about in a previous episode. I was literally like right here, right? And I was like, I think I'm missing something. And it was like this classic moment. I'm a little worried about this guy. Better safe than sorry. Screw you, Barb. So mercenaries makes upgrading much easier. Makes them half price, which is so much easier. I guess I'll just start sending this missionary. Yes, it looks like this will take 28 turns, but it's actually going to grow a couple times. It won't really. Yeah, I don't know about monastery though. Looks like this Caravel doesn't really care about us, which is fine by me. So when you're trying to spread a religion, you want like a bodyguard squad of apostles, and then you want to use missionaries, because missionaries are still more cost effective. At least until you build a bunch of them. Colosseum. Colosseum's an excellent wonder, especially since our civilization has a lot of boosts towards food and housing and stuff. Or at least that's kind of how you build them. And we get even more housing for our shrines and temples. So we need to make sure we have plenty of amenities to deal with that. So right now we're sitting on a lot of good amenities here. Currently hitting 3 cities with the Colosseum. Hopefully 4, possibly 5. So that's pretty sweet. If you have a very dense empire, you can hit like 6 cities with Colosseum, and that's the dream, you know. Alright, so Apadana is a nice wonder, but we have more important things to do. Right. I'm gonna wait a turn, because I want to upgrade them with mercenaries here. So this city is currently sitting at 8 population. With the holy site gives housing, right? I don't know why I can't keep all this straight. So he gets an extra housing from the holy site. And also 2 more from the... It's going to get 2 more, so it's going to be sitting at 11 housing. That's pretty awesome, so... I would love to... Maybe like as a civ like this, it's good to spread out your cities a little more, because they have plenty of population to work with. So it's much less important to... I'm sorry, it's important to make sure you can do something with that population. Because like if you run out of good tiles to work, you're kind of stuck with like specialists. And specialists suck. Like I don't understand why they're like a thing. Right? Like, do I want 2 faith? I could literally build a monastery and get 2 food and 2 faith, right? Like only do that if you're running out of tiles. In the past in Civ 5, specialists would give you great people points, but that's not a thing anymore. So they're just stupid, honestly. Like this, like why would you work a specialist, industrial specialist for 2 production when you could just work a mine for like 4 production and 2 gold or something? Yeah, so this guy noticed us. We finally grew up. We put on our makeup. We got a makeover. Graduated high school, and this handsome man, he finally noticed us. And it turns out he's a dick, so we're gonna run away. See, I don't think I'm gonna get any, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I don't have any comm hubs yet, but I'm gonna want them. Kumasi, I don't really care about. Like, I don't need... Oh, wait a minute. I still have this policy anyway. I was saying I don't think I need the double envoy for Kumasi. I just want that culture, like, right now would be nice. But I actually still have this in, so I'm not going to say no, right? To an extra envoy. But now, see, that was only about, like, what, 6 turns that I didn't have charismatic leader? So I actually gained way more envoys than I would otherwise. So... upgrades, please. So instead of 120 gold for a knight now, it's 60. So that's way better for us, right? Oh, iron though. Forgot about that. Ta-da! That's more like it. So these are quite powerful units. Monarchy could be good. We obviously want to get a better government. Merchant Republic is like... Actually, theocracy. That's probably the way to go. Because we can grab monarchy on the way anyway. I don't know though, like, here's a funny thing. Monarchy isn't much better often. Like, as sad as that is. Like, if you're not building walls, which you often aren't, it's mostly the influence points that are pretty sweet, but... Civil service, eh? Angkor Wat. Kind of being pulled in a bunch of directions here, but just keep it simple. Continue our military plan here. I would like to build an armory. How soon will we get monarchy? Probably not soon at all. Well, 3... If I got 10 pop, I'd get it pretty soon, but am I going to get 10 pop? 10 turns? How about you? You might get it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. At this rate, like... We'll see how quickly we can get over to Egypt. Hopefully it's still still a viable battle plan. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.